Time for my next reading vlog. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and today I've got my next reading vlog for you. I am going to be tackling a book I've wanted to for a while now, and I've seen the movies, so I kind of have a gist of the story, but I'm going to be reading Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. And I'm not reading The Lost World. This is just a cool special edition book that we got at Barnes & Noble. But I'm very excited to read Jurassic Park for the first time. If you've read it, let me know your thoughts down below, without any spoilers. And yeah, I hope you join me on this journey of reading this book. And also don't forget to check out down below, we've got the podcast, Danielle's channel, Bookstagram, all that fun stuff. Otherwise, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's begin the Jurassic Park journey. Alright, so we are on the first update here for Jurassic Park. We are on page 102, and we've been introduced to pretty much all the players in the game here. Dr. Grant, Malcolm, the main guy who kind of had the idea for the place, Hammond I think his name is, and then there's the girl who was working with Dr. Grant. I cannot think of her name right now, but we're getting introduced to all the characters. This situation that happened earlier in the book with this little girl getting attacked by what people thought was some other type of reptile creature. Confirmed dinosaur, because duh. And yeah, now they're on the island, and Dr. Malcolm, obviously, that's the person who Jeff Goldblum played in the movie, and that's anytime he talks, I just picture Jeff Goldblum, and I can tell you right now, he's probably gonna be my favorite character in this book. So, and that's just pure facts, because he's already, obviously, I've seen the movie, so I have an idea of what is going to happen, because duh. And I just love his character, just because he's just straight to the point, yeah, I don't think this island's going to be a success. All this bad stuff is probably going to happen because of all these scientific, if you look at, he used a bunch of scientific, terms and words and stuff. And he's if you look at this, trajectory-wise, the island's going to fail. You put things in a zoo, the animals will adapt and do different things and this and that. And watching the movie, obviously I know how it plays out, so I know what happens. But if you have not read this book or heard of this movie, A, where have you been? And B, yeah. So as of right now, they're kind of going over, in the movie, how they make the dinosaurs, what they did, the tree sap going over a mosquito, them getting the blood out of a mosquito, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, we're going to keep going here. Like I said, I'm on page 102. I'm going to try and do an update every 100 pages or so, maybe. But yeah, so far I am thoroughly enjoying it, and hopefully in the next bunch we are going to be running into pure chaos at this island of dinosaurs. So let's continue Jurassic Park. Alright, so we are making dinner. I just got to page 181. The chapter is called The Main Road in Jurassic Park, and it's really good. Like I said, I'm really liking Dr. Malcolm a lot. I just can't stop getting Jeff Goldblum out of my head with this book. But yeah, it's a really good book. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and having seen the movie, I'm getting the vibes and seeing all the characters and everything. I feel like the kids aren't really as mentioned in the book as of right now. They're kind of just there. I know that in the movie they kind of are a bit more of a focal point, but I want to say that is a bit more towards the middle to the end of the movie. The beginning they're just kind of there while we're getting all the information, which is kind of what's going on right now. So but yeah, so far, like I said, Dr. Malcolm's my favorite guy. His predictions are coming true with what he had said, with his hypothesis about the island and what's going to happen on the island, and with the dinosaurs. We are now discovering that the dinosaurs are breeding, so they are making babies, and the people who are working there are well, that's impossible. They're all females. They're not supposed to be able to do that. And yeah, they mentioned something about frogs, and they're like, yeah, are you mixing their DNA with other kind of animals? Da, 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 da. Would you have to mix them with frogs? Yeah, I think a couple of them. So I think that's because frogs can do stuff like that. I'm not a big frog person, so I don't know, but that is my guesstimation. But yeah, the famous line was said, life finds a way, and that is, it was chilling to hear it in the book, just because it's a really famous like movie line, like life finds a way. So I'm very intrigued with how the writing version of this is going to go. I'm probably going to have one more update before we get to the end of the book. Like I said, it's only like 400 something pages, I think. So I'm very excited to get to the end of this. I still have a ways to go. I want to say it's like 400 and yeah, it's like 400 pages almost exactly. So I'm very excited to get to the end of this, and we are halfway there almost, and we're going to get there soon. So yeah, very exciting stuff. We'll see you guys in the next update. Like I said, we're making dinner, so we're going to have that, and then we'll see you at the end, or well, the next update. See you then. All right, so it is the next day now. Like I said in the last update, we had our dinner. It's going to read a little bit more. I read a little bit more this morning. I'm up to page 288, again in Jurassic Park, and I'm really enjoying this book. It's weird. I'm like getting a mixture of, so I've also seen the movie The Lost World, which that's another book that's in this cool little collection thing I got. And there's some parts where I feel like they're like, I don't know, like parts from this Jurassic Park book were put into the Lost World movie, and I haven't even read the Lost World yet, obviously, and so I don't know what that one's going to be completely about, because they're like little tidbits that are like taken from this book and put into, and from the movie. I don't know, it feels weird, because there are parts in this first book that I remember like seeing in the Lost World, and so it's like, I feel like it's just kind of, they mix some things up. So right now we've got Dr. Grant and the kids are separated from pretty much everybody else. Malcolm, and it's like in the movie, they had a big attack from a T-Rex, and Malcolm's good. So very excited for that. Like I said, he's by far my favorite character right now. It's because he's straight to the point, and he's kind of a smart ass, but like in this case, he's correct with what's going on with what he said was going to happen to the island. So I'm very excited to finish this book. I've got about an hour and 40 left. I will probably power through the rest of this, and then I will give you guys my final thoughts at the end of this. Maybe one more break in between. I might do another update. I'm not sure. Danielle's got work today. I've got Maverick today, and so it's all very exciting, and there's football. So unfortunately, I don't get the Bears game, so it's a little upsetting, but it's whatever. Got NFL Network, so I'll be able to watch all of it. But yeah, so page 288, I'm got an hour and 40 left, and I'm very excited to finish this finally and see where it ranks in my all-time favorite books, because as of right now, it's pretty darn good, and I'm not disappointed. So yeah, there you have Jurassic Park. Let's finish this thing. All right, so it is now nighttime. I finished this a while ago, but just had Maverick duty and had some other stuff that was going on. So yeah, so I finished Jurassic Park, and I'm going to give this 5 stars. I really enjoyed the book. There are a lot of similarities between the book and the movie, and I'm very excited for that. I do want to read The Lost World. However, that's a movie I really need to rewatch because I don't remember much about that one. I just know that that's got Ian Malcolm, Dr. Malcolm, who was Jeff Goldblum, in that one. But the curious thing I have with this is, well, I can't spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything, but the ending of this kind of ensues, something different happens with somebody, and obviously I've seen the movies, but I don't know. I really did like this. Book was really solid. There were some really technical parts. There are some parts where there were some, you know, I liked the way it was written was pretty nice and easy because you're following different groups of people and each chapter is kind of like you're with that group. I will say there are little intervals within the chapters where you do jump to another set of people, and the only issue I kind of had is I kind of lost track of who was with what group at certain times. But besides that, I didn't really have any other issues with it. I really liked this, and I definitely would recommend it, and I could see why it's a highly regarded book. So, yeah, I'm going to end the video here. Jurassic Park, 5 stars. Absolutely love this. Again, this edition's at Barnes & Noble if they still have it. But again, it has Jurassic Park and the Lost World. Very good book. Michael Crichton, very solid story, and I can see why it's highly regarded, like I said. But yeah, with that said, if you've read this book, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you agree with anything I said, if you disagree, what's your star rating? If you've read the second one, The Lost World, let me know how close it is to the movie with Jeff Goldblum in it, because I'm curious to know, but without spoilers, preferably. But I guess it doesn't really matter. I've seen the movie. But yeah, besides that, also down below, don't forget to check out Patreon, Bookstagram, Danielle's channel, the podcast, and all that fun stuff. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Later.